Hello, dear friends of YouTube. This is Travis Semulin Sowers. We're going to join a traditional Adventures in Forgotten Realms draft. I started recording the last draft I did and made such a boneheaded mistake in round one that I was actually too embarrassed to post it. So naturally, that was a 3-0. I stopped the recording after I did it and got a little tilted, and then just won everything. And I wish I had saved it. But that was boneheaded mistake too. So we're going to try to focus and play and not make boneheaded mistakes. And if we do, be okay with it. Be okay with it. If you'd like to see the drafts live, boneheaded mistakes and all, you can do so at twitch.tv/Semulin. And if you'd like to see more draft videos right here, how about you just click that subscribe button? You can get them all day long. In addition, I'm now doing a weekly draft video for face-to-face games, and this is not one that's recorded on Twitch. It's recorded just for face-to-face. So if you want to check that out, you can go to face2facegames.com. All right, pack one, pick one. We've got Long Rest competing with Wizard class with a nod to Dragonfire. What's up, Kuya? Nah, I told them. It's not a secret. They know. Howdy, Miguel. So it's kind of like, do you want to burn through your deck and then draw a bunch of cards? Or do you want the Wizard class? I'm honestly not sure which to pick here. I like both of these cards a lot. And I think both of them are better than Dragon's Fire. I really like Wizard's class too. I think I'm going to take it, but it's freaking close, man. This is a lot of cards. The thing is, this one you can draw early and it's good, or you can draw late and it's good. In Long Rest, you kind of have to have gone through the whole freaking game first before it does anything. And I also wouldn't hate you if you took the Dragon's Fire. All right, so we've got some options here. It's early enough that we could take the Aberrant Mind Sorcerer and see if we can do something with it. We could also try to build around the Trickster. It does give you the exact cards you need, but so does putting good cards in your deck, right? Like, Wizard's class can get me out of a situation where I'm stuck with a bunch of 4 costs and only have 3 mana. Whereas Long Rest is just dead in your opener. It doesn't do anything until the late game. It's a very good card, though. It's a very good card. I think the Trickster has the highest upside. If there was a removal spell in a different color, I would take it. I'm not assuming that we're blue here, but there's just nothing to compete with it. Whereas I think the Trickster here, we could try to build around this, and if it doesn't get there, we'll just let it go. Now my opinion changes somewhat, as I quite like Dragon's Fire, Brunor, and Chaos Channeler. Now, the Dragon's Fire has the upside of we could play it with the cards we already have, whereas Brunor, we'd kind of be abandoning what we're doing for that. But this is a big sign that we should be doing red things, and I'm very okay doing red things. I kind of want to take the Dragon's Fire and leave blue-red open as an option. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that, but it's not going to take much more to push me into red. Okay, we're in red. Welcome to red. It's nice around here. I'm not passing the third one. You got me. So all I know now is that we're red. We might be red-blue, but we certainly don't have to be. Well, we've definitively put one of our neighbors into red as well, so it needs to continue to flow in this direction. And then our second color will be whatever's open in pack 2, which should be swell if it's blue. This is one of those awkward spots where I don't see a reason to get out of blue. And Scion does at least roll dice and start to do something. It's worth noting we only have the one Feywild Trickster. It's not like we're wanting to go nuts rolling dice. But I don't see a reason to take anything else unless we want to take the improvised weaponry to kind of shut off our neighbor's thoughts of red. I feel like I'm kind of getting tunnel visioned on this deck. But this is also a decent card. It's competing with Here's Something on Watch. All right, I do like a Soul Knife Spy. I also like a Hoarding Ogre, because that can even lead to potential splashes. And so far, all of our creatures are dice rollers. I feel odd having one payoff and all of this enabling. But the Ogre's been a lot better than I thought it would be. The other option is to take the Sylvan Shepherd, because this is one of your premium dice rollers in green. But I feel like we're just blue-red now. That's a late rally maneuver. Are people off of red-white equipment now? I'm scared I'm not going to get another dice roller payoff. They are. But I'd really like to have a couple of payoffs for this. I think the Scion's close. The Channeler's certainly fine. The Hoarding Ogre's certainly fine. I'm not sure that the Scion's quite good enough without a payoff. If you're being aggressive, it certainly can be, but there's no real guarantee we're going to do that. All right, we're starting to get our wheels. I don't mind one of these at the top end. I will need to pick up some 2-drops, but that's not really one that I want. The next pack will see the wheels. I'm gonna trust. They put this mechanic in for a reason, and we're gonna trust that we can do it. And we're gonna play 3 Scions of Stygia. Okay. I have played Shocking Grasp to my benefit. I don't particularly want to. I think this is a bit more flexible. We are in dangerous territory now, boys and girls. There's a propensity to get overloaded with 3-drops, which is kind of what I'm starting to do. That said, I probably have enough playables in red and blue to switch out to another color if I need to. And it would probably be white at this point, because that's a late something at the watch. I don't know that I'm interested in swapping over for a Goblin Morningstar. I don't hate Fly anymore. I gave that card a lot of grief. And it deserved it. That's what I'm debating right now, Dom, is am I supposed to take the Swarming Goblins? Because it's a crap ton of bodies. I think it's close, but clear that the Morningstar is actually what I want. Because putting Trample on this guy or these guys could be pretty significant. Sword might be our opportunity to pivot, but I'm going to let it go. Because there's still decent red here. This is fine. I'm somehow competing with people for blue, though. No, I'm not. Never mind. I'm not competing with anyone for blue. Cool. I'm literally the only one playing blue. That works for me. The contact other plane would be nice. These Hunter's Marks feel like they're going late, too, but... How do I feel about you? Because I'm not entirely sure. This is mostly a 3-mana 2/2 flyer. I don't really feel great about that. I do like a dungeon map, and I've already got 1/6 drop, and I might play another. It's generally not that hard to find value out of the thing. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the map instead. That gives me the excuse to play another one of these if I find them. It's a shame we really only found that one enabler for our dice rolling shenanigans, because I would have liked more. But we've got this secret door, which is pretty good at blocking early. And yeah, never mind. That's why you trust. I don't think this is currently in, but it could be. Same with this. But it means we're not going to be short playables, which I like. I've just got too many 3s to really consider the spy. So I guess we need a couple 2-drops. I don't think Price of Loyalty is what I want here. We've got the Wombo combo of take your dude and sacrifice it to the Tiger Tribe, which is pretty exciting. It's worth noting that there's at least 2 other people at this table in red, because none of those Chaos Channelers came back. I don't think Armory Veteran is the 2-drop I want, although I could play it. I do think I could use this improvised weaponry, though. And we're getting close to being able to splash anything we want. I don't think so, Dom. I think we've got the Scion of Stygia to fill that tempo role. And the deck's currently going to be on the back foot if I don't find a few more 2-drops. But I put myself in the situation where we kind of have to find a few more 2-drops. I'm actually taking the containment. So I've got a treasure here, hopefully a treasure here. I might be able to find one more. And this is just too useful at answering everything. That. A second containment. Don't mind if I do. I can't play it yet, but we still got another pack. We're an Evolving Wilds away from potentially playing 2 of them. I guess I was supposed to take the Brunor and get into red-white? I don't know. It's difficult to navigate once you've made so many picks. Because it kind of feels like blue isn't open, and I'm not used to that in this format so far. But yeah, white certainly was. Are my white cards just better than my blue cards? Because I might have a better white deck in my sideboard than what we're actually building. We've certainly got room for another 6, and I think the Red Dragon would be nice. I've played a lot of 18 land decks with Bag of Holding, and I like that too. The one thing we're missing is 2-drops, and I don't really have the opportunity to get any here. We could splash the Rogue class, but it would be difficult to activate. Right, because we'd kind of need 3 black sources, and if we're looking to splash off of treasure, that's probably not going to work. No, but I wasn't really looking for equipment. But I think where we're going, the dragon is probably what I'm after. So maybe we sneak through a Charmed Sleep and a couple of mediocre 2-drops, and we can call this a deck. This pack doesn't really have any of that. It's got a fly. Which I think we're going to take. There's also the Brunor if we want to just let it go and move in on that and be like, I'm done with the blue. Like, I'm not quite sure why we're trying to play the blue. Because I get 2 Minimus Containments, a Planar Ally, and Hearing Something on the Watch. I think I still want to ride this to the end, though. This could be a mistake. Yeah, there's no blue cards here. This is kind of crazy. Well, we don't have to find enough equipment for Brunor. There will be little things like this running around that nobody wants. But I'll certainly play a Find Some Prisoners. I just need like a couple of those 2/1s that let you sink mana to draw cards. Because the deck's almost there. Okay, Charmed Sleep was one of the things I said I'd like to get. I don't think I need another 6-drop. But I'm now desperate for 2s. Because I don't quite see how we can win without them. Oh, Lord. This is kind of too much, man. Is somebody taking all of the blue 2-drops? Because it kind of feels like it. This is the best card, and I'm taking it. But if I don't find at least a couple 2-drops, we're done for. Just done for. Okay, that means I could play the Minimus Containment, and I may just have to play 18 lands. I don't quite have as much card draw as I'd like for it, but this deck cannot miss. It's going to put us at 19 mana sources with a Contact Other Planes for card draw. Yeah, look at all these white drops. That's kind of blowing my mind. I could use You Find Some Prisoners to potentially hit a land from my opponent's deck if I have it on turn 2. So it's kind of like a cycler. Yeah, I think red-white were the colors, and I just missed the signal. Or chose to ignore it, rather, because there's just still tons of playable stuff here. I'm also, like, I suppose maybe metagaming myself a bit too much, because I'm not used to people drafting blue. In the drafts we've done recently, it's been kind of, no thanks, pass on blue. So this is kind of a rough one for me to be experiencing. But I have faith. We're going to draw cards and draw our way out of it. I don't need 2-drops. Don't need them. Okay. So, for the YouTubers, hopefully what we have here is an example of how you should be reading the tables and not getting that married to a build around. Because as you can see, no one at this table was drafting any white cards at all. No one wanted to take them. And that hurts. However, there are times where you have to play a deck that's a little underpowered. And I think figuring out how to be able to do that could be quite useful. So I'm not going to do the scoop of shame. We're going to play this one out. And I'm curious if a deck that just doesn't hit any 2-drops can actually do anything. My gut reaction is probably not, which has me nervous. But we'll see. I can draw a lot of cards. Yeah, I can draw a lot of cards. Oh no, we probably don't need that many islands. I meant to get the reds here. The Gobbo doesn't do anything here unless somebody's attacking us with 3/1s, so I'm pretty happy to have it in the sideboard. This deck is a mess. Which sleeves best represent a mess? Oh, I know which sleeves best represent a mess. Whew, lordy. All right, let's go party. I'm feeling good about this deck. We drafted well. We read the signals at the table perfectly. We've definitely got all of the tools we need to be successful here. Afternoon spoiler. The day is good. This looks like a reasonable hand someone could have. White is not known to be an aggressive color. That's pretty good for us. See, plenty of 2-drops. You only need 1 2-drop if you draw it every game. And we didn't even need it anyway, they just killed it. It's a bit of a train wreck spoiler, so we're going to see if we can salvage something out of this. Which I'm guessing means this will be an easy 3-0. Okay, I have not seen Mimic be good, but I have seen some people trying to do some interesting synergies in blue-white with artifacts. I kind of want to drop the Scion of Stygia and then give it flying next turn. If they activate their Mimic, they're just so far behind. Yeah, I did something like this the other day with a Black Staff of Waterdeep. I wasn't playing Mimics. But it was not handy. No, this guy's not blocking that anyway, so I guess we just tap down the Raven. Okay, well, we know our next turn is going to be Earth Cult Elemental. And we don't particularly care about it, so this may as well get in the air. Because even if they 2-for-1 me, they're killing a 2-1, and I don't care. Don't need another land. Okay, they had a plan to fly as well. I believe you can fly. No respect for wizard class. They may just be a turbo adventure deck. I guess it's adventure time. I don't think they knew how that worked. But now they do. Why did I attach it to that one? Because it can block. It didn't default to the elemental. It asked me where I'd like it to be attached, and I chose this one because it's untapped. When an enchantment enters the battlefield, when an aura enters the battlefield, it needs to be attached to a creature. This is how you could get stuff on creatures with Shroud back in the day. It's weird and doesn't happen very often, but it can. There you go, deck's perfect. Like I told you guys, it's a masterpiece. Everybody grab a leg. So I'd like to have a sideboard, but unless we're going to sideboard into white, we kind of don't have one. Although, frankly, the other Minimus Containment is just setting them up for 2-for-1s after 2-for-1s. Especially if they're going to like 2-for-1 themselves just to play a 2-5. Like, we can win a card advantage war here. How likely am I to be able to cast the second Minimus Containment with this mana base? Got 1, 2. This is a white source. 3, 4. That's pretty easy. Yeah, that's arbitrary. And I'm already going on the draw, so I have an extra card anyway. Dude, I heard a lion roar when we went to the zoo. It's freaking terrifying. It was like deep and guttural. I was not prepared. I was definitively not prepared. Yeah, the thing was huge, for starters. I feel like it's probably safe to Charm Sleep this Fang Blade. And I don't want to get too far behind. And maybe it makes him feel safe enough to, like, set up for the 2-for-1 scenario, I guess. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a Channeler. You seem fine. They have no respect at all for my wizard class. I'm kind of hoping they don't have a Bar the Gate here. And they don't, so that's good news. Okay, now they respect my wizard class. I can't really play both of them, but I can certainly play one of them. Welcome back, John. It ate a few cards, but not too many. Let's see what we're working with first. I expect we're going to minimus that. That's interesting, though. I suppose there's no reason not to just attack first. If I play the Tiger Tribe Hunter, they kind of have to just activate it. Which is fine by me, too. Because if they don't, he coming back. I suppose they could kill the Tiger Tribe Hunter, but that means I'm just getting in for another 3 next turn. That's probably their best bet. So at this point, if I minimus it, it's just 7, 8, 9. They're almost dead. Can't think of anything that gets a moot of this. I mean, Jello is a treasure, is it not? I suppose Orcus is something that starts to get him out of this. Oh, perhaps I should have thought better. Well, you'd think it would, it doesn't, but... Here, you can have him back. They can get a good game. Good evening, Viskin. Okay, draft a perfect deck, get perfect wins, I guess. I'm not going to argue with it. The game does go a bit differently if they don't sacrifice their hull, but I would encourage you guys and gals out there, do not sacrifice your hull. You should protect that. Hey, here's one of the cards we built the deck around. That's interesting. How did the shot go, John? I have about 5,000 questions I want to ask the Mana Leak as well. Good time to show up, Poison Toffee. Okay. I just don't like going to get medical procedures done, but I suppose nobody actively enjoys that, eh? Yeah, those are the worst, dude. I think they have their own Scion. We're going to do this way. Look at me. I am the aggressor now. Unlimited cool guy hair? What? What if I just didn't have to worry about that ever again? It seems like it'd be real swell. John does have some cool hair now. I'm a little jelly. They obviously can't kill this or they already would have, so... I guess we're going this way. That channeler is kind of a pain in the butt, because I don't really want to trade off for it. I used to have beautiful hair. But now I don't. Thank you, Loki. Your head is nice too. I suppose that is a benefit. Fly, fools. We've all been there, Panda. Do I need that equipped? Wouldn't say I need it equipped. What's up, Lore? We're going to see what we hit off of these fellas. Because they got reasonable attacks anyway. Nah, may as well take one of your lands, I guess. Doing good, Laura. How you doing? Stay safe out there, buddy. I gotta decide now if we want to keep making 1/1s or just want to start poking for 3 damage. Because 1T can only attack by himself. So do I want 1/1s or 3 damage to their face and a goblin token? I guess at this point we want the damage to face because I can't block. I certainly don't need the treasure. The counter on 1 is probably our best way to close through this. Does now. Well, not really. Interesting. Okay. I still really only have to get to attack with 1 thing, but I feel like we're relatively safe now. They foiled my scheme. I'm disappointed. I'd have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for those meddling kids. If I tap that, do we have anywhere close to lethal? They'd block, take 2, 3, 4, 5. We do not. We will use this defensively. Cats versus dogs. Yeah, they're dead next turn. Unless they answer the 1T. And if they answer the 1T, I'd like to have a wide enough board to just kill him anyway. Which I think I can do. Seems like they found a way to answer it. Because that looks pretty good to me. They can't kill me from here, though, so depending on how they attack... Like, the question is, do I want to make an extra 1/1? Because if I play the Scion... Like, if I play it now, and they don't swing with the right amount of stuff, I might be able to kill them with it. But I think I may need the extra 1/1. Yeah, but the thing is, they don't know that something that they have is not able to block. So there's a possibility I could have baited them into attacking with an inappropriate amount of stuff. Whereas here, that's not going to happen. But I don't think they're going with the low-cost stuff anyway. So if I tap that and swing team, they block here and here and take 1. And I have to see what this rolls first. If it's a 12, I can swing team. Because now they have to block both of these. Well, I suppose they don't have to block both of them. They can go to 1. And then have lethal with a removal spell, but I'm willing to gamble on that. They should be bloody terrified. I've got 2 cards in hand and they don't know what they are. I know neither of them's a meteor swarm. They drew a creature? Okay, can we draw a removal spell or another Scion? Because everything was fine up until they played that meteor swarm, and then we were just dead. Oh. Pretty good magic card, that meteor swarm. I think that mythics and rares should definitely be at this power level to just wipe but make a Plague Wind. I got nothing, man. I got nothing. That was a fun back and forth game until we died. Whew. You can tell from context because I'm speaking, Frosty. Yeah, it took a long time for them to get there. That's fair. I'm trying to decide if we want the other Minimus containment. What I want is a bag of holding. Do I have one in the sideboard? I do not. That kind of sucks. I think I need the other Minimus containment. Do I, though? What do they have that I have to contain? I don't have to contain anything, but I might want to. Let's give it another go. I think we can do this. I got a little unlucky to hit a land off of our peak at 3. All right, let's give this a go. Okay, I like 1T. This deck needs fly. I don't like fly. If I'm playing fly, it's because the deck needs it. I think it's a scry, because I think we'd be pretty happy to hit a land here. It's really good. I like the card a lot. They're going to tap it. It's funny. No? Okay. They've got something they could cast. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but that makes me just want to pass and contact other plane at end of turn. You can choose any dungeon you want. You don't have to draft them. You always have access to all 3. Once you've started one, you do have to finish that dungeon. So I can't decide to start another one. No attacks, no blocks. How about you sacrifice a permanent? Because I kind of don't mind. I suspect you do. I like that rule, Gruel. They did have the tap card, they just didn't want to use it yet. Yeah, I think I'm still on board with this. We got a little lucky there, obviously. Ooh, lordy. Can't be mad at the deck for not having any 2-drops. That's not the deck's fault. That was game 2. We're on to game 3 now. for some portion of the marbles. Really don't want them to counter this. They'll just run away with the game if they do. I will never financially recover from this. If I'm going to, though, it's probably by trying it again next turn. I could main phase it, but I'm too proud. I also don't think they're playing 2 counter spells. This might leave us set up to be all right. I suspect they're drawing their 4 here, or drawing 2, hopefully not 3. So maybe I will financially recover from this. That is as of yet to be discovered. Ah, you fools. It really should have been total party kill. Yeah, you need to be invited to be a Stream Raiders captain. I'm trying to decide if I want the 4/4 flyer right now, and I think the answer is probably yes. That solves so many of our problems. You can request to be one if you're a streamer render. Thank you, John. You may play it, but you will be throwing it away if you attack with it. You don't have to be good at Magic to stream. Look at me. Yeah, you got to start first, and then you can potentially run Stream Raiders. I don't want to give them the scry. I can start attacking next turn potentially, but there's no need to do it now. The roll. There you go. Hang on to that counterspell for me. That was supposed to be a high roll, but it's okay. Let's start killing them. I put good cards in the deck because I wanted to draw them. We got that going for us. Feel like I got a decent attack with this fella if I equip him. So we're gonna do that. Oh, okay. Maybe I don't. Do not play Channeler right now because the board is messy. I didn't play it because we know they have a counterspell in hand. I'm finding suicide in this guy for a flyer. Because if they're blocking him here, they don't quite have enough to do a lot of gang blocking on this dude. We've also potentially got whatever this gets us, which could be fun. Yeah, we could have some fun with that. Where'd they go? That is kind of what they do, isn't it? Is kind of what they do. There may be a sim dog in the future. We will see. No one's been excited for poop. That'll work. Not exactly the open as I'm used to, but it'll work. We're going to contact a lot of planes. We got a whole airfield over here. Needed a high roll. I can't block that. I hope they go to equip. If they don't, I might be in a bit of a spot here. Use a high roll again if you're listening. That works. High roll into land? Yes, please. Who's the aggro deck? I guess it's you. I don't really have anything I could draw to kill that other than, oh, I do have the pacifism and I have the other thing that does the thing. So I guess getting the scries would be nice. I mean, that solves a lot of my problems next turn, but I'm kind of looking to get my problem solved this turn, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm somewhat concerned that they have 5 damage to target attacking creature, and that this isn't good enough. It would appear that that's not the case, though. So, okay. Okay. If you got another artifact, I guess you got me. That's not good news. They got another artifact. I guess that's all they needed was one smith. So I want my other minimus containment. For sure. And I don't need to contact other planes. Full game. Yeah, we just brought it in. I have 3 artifact removals. And 2 of them double as creature removals, so depending on how the game goes, we may just want to do that. This one's a little scary because I don't have everything I need. I don't know why people think Ixalan was about stacking things on one creature. It was not. It was about blowing out opponents who did that. Yeah, I need the scry. Yep, we are interested in this. There's no blowing out. I don't know what you were playing. Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. We were playing different formats, my friend. Life is good, Kimo. How you been? I can give him this trade. I think. May as well make the trade when I'm the one drawing the cards. You got anything over there that'll help me? Yeah, you do. Neat. I'll just play yours. Well, I hope your train comes in. I probably can't continue to sit and take this. And yet, I'm going to. Because I think a little bit of card advantage would go a long way. And then they drew Brunor and I died. Not quite dead yet. But you can see it from here, can't you? Well, if the train had arrived on time, you wouldn't be able to watch the stream right now, would you? Don't really need wizard. I can't not take the wizard class. I can get too deep on a dungeon here. if I'm willing to fly a Mr. Juan T. And I don't see why I wouldn't be. But I can also just do it for free with this. I'm pretty happy with it at the moment. I could get 3 deep. Wow. That seems pretty nice. It ain't quite going burr yet. But I'm working on it. Oh man, how happy am I to see that Scion? Pretty happy. I don't know what they had, but they don't have it now. Yeah, I should have equipped, but I'm being silly. I got too many cards and got excited to play them all. I'd freaking Brunor and all that equipment. I don't like our chances on the draw. I don't like our chances on the draw at all. Because I do not have enough 2-drops for this party. And I guess there's nothing I can do about it, like draft more next time. But like, we don't start playing cards till turn 3. We knew that was a problem with this deck going in. It has not stopped being a problem. So here's the thing. Am I supposed to mull it? Because it's basically a mulligan already with the fly. But what am I mulliganing for? I don't think the deck is capable of much better than this. Yeah, but we're kind of putting the game into a do you roll properly? If yes, business time. If no, terrifying time. I mean, more or less, yeah. Yeah, I could take a few more lands. I don't think we're quite dead. Would not mind hitting a land here. But that works too. It's pretty close to it. That gives him a flyer. I don't really want him to have a flyer. Well, they can still get it, but they got to jump through a couple hoops to do it. So many berries. But like I said, YouTubers, when we drafted this, it was basically the perfect deck. I never doubted that we were going to get the 3-0, and if you did, you should feel bad. Because this was perfect. Kappa. I mean, those are two very different experiences, Mr. Blue. But yeah, we had a deck with virtually no 2-drops in it. If you think about it, our 2-drops were one Ty Malison, Dragonfire, and hope that the Goblin Morningstar hits. That's it, that's all we needed. I'm pretty tickled that that came together. YouTubers, remember not to choke. And follow, like, subscribe, ring a bell, whatever. And come check out the Twitch stream. It's at twitch.tv/Semulin. Semulin. We'll see you next time, YouTubers.